without a doubt, I've been around. Yeah, everybody knows my name when I show up now. And I've been from New York to LA and every place in between, but they don't do it like we do it in my hometown. Ain't a thing changed around here but the money. You try to mix it up and let me tell you something. Same in my Dixie, same rowdy bunch with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line them up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Same rowdy bunch with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line them up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Yeah, I'm anything but new to country.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the New York Giants. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. It reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Liking 18. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Warriors, 70. 19 Lions. Let go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
First and 10 at the 24-yard line. Cowboy 80. Cut 19. Cut 19. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jamison Williams, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Lions are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0.
Giants nothing.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Looking to put a drive together.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
To throw his dart. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To throw, Dart. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Oh, and this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal, 8.
Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs. That one's a milestone. Touchdown number 150 for his great career. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on. Onto their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for And they score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's out there telling his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
47-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up second.
Now Dart. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now third down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Here's Dart. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
19.
On 4th down, here's Dart. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
At the 27-yard line.
On play action, here's Dart. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Giants are back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
14. Giants 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29.
Their own 29-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 2. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
Get it. 19, Charger. Press roll 80. Cougar 19. Steady.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, you got a receiver here who's got one touchdown already in this first quarter. They were trying to double his pressure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Here we go. Cougar 19.
And off to Gibbs, headed right here. A beautiful fake. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
You remember in preseason when we go to the different training camps?
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short.
Here we go. 65 catch. 65. Cup 19. Cup 19.
In motion left is Higgins. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And incomplete on the deep ball.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 18 Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Throwing his dart. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. Throwing, dart. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 55 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Viking 18.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Ready? Cowboy 80.
In motion right, that's Williams. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Come on, come on. Set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. This is intercepted. And the Giants are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
92 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yardage, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for nothing.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Dart from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from adding another catch to his big start.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Dart to throw on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning.
No gain on the play.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Now it's 2nd and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Working out of the gun is Dart. That's complete right around the 8. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have taken the lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. A dangerous return man showing it here. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call.
And some space here. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
The first down pass. Intercepted. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
70 Lions. Let's go.
From the shotgun, a throw for Dart. And his throw here is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Pound the 60. Pound the 60.
Throwing his Dart. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go, set. Rock on me. 18 Cardinals. 18 Cardinals. Trap 60. Trap 60. Let go.
Out of the gun. Here's Dart. And his throw is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot, if that's what they want to do.
They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far, 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here. Here's Dart. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. With a slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw here. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
First down, Lions.
Ready? Cougar 60 Bison. 60 Bison. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the tuck and run. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Buffalo 18. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
They'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Ready? 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Mustang 19.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. This is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Rashee Rice, as the first half is winding down. And the Lions have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gifford. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Looking to throw, Dart. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce and might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
19, Tiger, 19, Buffalo, 18.
Dart. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Here's Dart. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
At the 19-yard line.
Let's go now. Panther 60, Panther 60.
To throw is Dart. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Ready? Cowboy 80.
To throw, Dart. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And the Giants are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
I'll tell you what, this offense has been a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
Here's Dart once more. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
Ready? Bravo 80.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here. Brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game. Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Cowboy 80.
In motion left is Higgins. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
70 Timberwolves, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready?
They'll look to throw here. He'll try and do this himself. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
70, 70. 19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Let's go.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
There's that man again. It's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Ready, set. Here we go, here we go. Up to 70. No, 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Ready. Bravo 80. Let go.
Now a toss here, short side. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Giants are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And oh, it's wide right. No good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 60 average, 60 average.
Motion man right is Rice. They'll set up a throw. Able to find Higgins. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it is caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here we go, set. Panther 60, Panther Buffalo 18.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
60.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Back to throw again. Now he's going to step up and run. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
At the 23-yard line.
Come on. Hey, come 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
He'll look to throw. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a row.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing his dart. And that is incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
70 Lions.
From the gun, here's Dart. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go. Here's Dart. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Rocco switch.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Viking 18, 79 Broncos. Let's go.
Here's Dart. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
It's a gain of 48 yards. And the Giants first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown.
Set up. Cougar 19. Ready.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You're looking at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Let's go.
They'll go with the keeper. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Giants are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Point after, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Here we go, here we go. 60 Eagles, Warriors, 70.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender and work to the defense's advantage on that play.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Okay,
this crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
19, 19, nothing, 19.
They'll drop the throw. And that's caught by Williams. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Back. Cowboy 80s.
They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Trap 50, trap 50. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he finds Williams. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
But it leads to 4th down.
Well, CD always a little extra